Hello turnip chasers, today's plan has changed. Originally I was supposed to be meeting up with the Yorkshire superhero known as Allegro Man. We don't do this kind of thing in this weather, so instead I thought I would sort out a few things here. Thank you very much for all of the positive comments on my welding videos. I'm under no illusion that it's a great job. 2 out of 10. I thought maybe it's time to go back to the drawing board somewhat. So I've polished my helmet because it is very, very cloudy. It's still quite cloudy. And I'm going to try out a couple of techniques as suggested by a few people. Ali Mack being one of them. Stop it, just get on with something. I have also applied just a little bit of filler to Mable. I'm not going to show you that. I'm just going to take it for an MOT because I'm sure it's going to be fine. So what I'm going to do is take this bit of metal, which I used to do that sill repair in the first place, make a few cuts on it, and then see if I can weld it back neatly. Yep. Well, that didn't last long before I ran out of petrol. And the wire doesn't really want to come out, but won't at the moment because it's not switched on. So maybe I've accidentally knocked something on the inside of the welder that's causing too much friction. Can't just have one problem, can I? 5.2 bolts. I suspect a parasitic drain somewhere, and because of that I've left the battery disconnected most of the time and just pushed it back and forth. It's not that heavy, I can do that, except that whilst it's raining it's a bit more difficult because I can't get traction. I haven't got the traction with my feet. So now I'm a bit worried that it's not charging. Let's test it. Yeah, bollocks. That's a fairly new alternator that as well, I'm sure. So as soon as I take this off of here, oh, I didn't stop that time, did before. There was a point where I'd have a series of leftover videos for exactly this kind of situation where I start off with possibly a clear intention in mind and I get distracted or something gets in the way of the progress and suddenly I can't do it. But I'm just going to go and buy some petrol now and come back to that at a later date. Another 5 litres of petrol in the generator. It's not much, but that's what you can get in a can. For some reason the wire's just not coming out properly. Yep, it still looks like bird shit, but it's a bit better than it was before. And largely because although I've tried to polish up the face on this, I still can't actually see through it that well once that weld is going. So unless better light's the answer, I don't know, but I'm going to grind that back and see what it looks like. This time I've tried it with a torch to try and keep the area lit, even though it's still daylight. And I think it might be a bit better. Now normally I would have gone home by this time, not because I'm fed up, but because of the time. I just can't. I need to see if I can get just one good weld before I go home. So this time I've just done a straight cut through the metal, so it's not hanging off anywhere. I'm giving myself the easiest possibility and the best opportunity to get it right this time. It looks a bit better, but it's not, well, it is a bit better than that, but only a bit, so let's do another one. It's better again, but still not right. The seaming part's where I'm struggling to see what I'm doing, but this time it's not been too bad. It just spatters everywhere rather than just comes out, and that's probably because I'm not using any gas. And that has to be the last one I do today. Just got to return tomorrow and do exactly the same thing until it actually works. And I feel like it will do if I just keep going. I think I know what's wrong with Mable, that Rover, with its battery not charging. I don't think it is the alternator. I think it's the connection to the alternator. It looks all green. That would suggest it's making a very good contact. And that isn't even completely irrelevant, because that's the car that my welding experience has been most on. Is it the end of the video? Yes. Hello, I'm back to carry on, seeing if I can get just one simple weld looking okay before I even consider doing any more work on the car. So one thing that did occur to me today whilst cutting a hole through this metal is that I'm making a ridge the same size as the disc. You wouldn't deliberately have a ridge whilst you're trying to plate two pieces of metal together. So this time I've cut a piece out and I'm going to see if I can successfully weld it to that. This time there won't be any holes in the way to make it scruffy. So let's see. Right, now this is better. I've just ground off the bits, and there were a couple of little holes still there because I didn't feed it all the way through. But now I'm going to re-weld those little holes and see whether I can get something almost convincing. I feel like I'm getting somewhere now. It looks like it's not joined up, but it definitely is. Look at that. It's flexing the whole thing as I bend it. But can I do even better? Yes. Right, let's see how much is holding on once I grind back all of this shit. That's definitely well attached. It's still got some way to go as far as being tidy, but I can't see through the other side. I can in a couple of places, but there's not much. So I've never felt that the phrase practice makes perfect makes a lot of sense, but it does make better. Practice makes better, and by continuing to do it, trial and error all the way, I am getting better. And I feel like with a few more sessions on doing this, just piecing more bits of metal together, I will get somewhere that isn't entirely embarrassing. Each weld gets just a little bit better. I'm still struggling slightly with the penetration and the fact that it just looks like a load of blobs. Thank you for watching, and thank you for being a subscriber, and a bigger thank you for being a channel member, and an extra special thank you for being an Alan Bellwood. Thank you to Allegro Man, who inspires me a little bit with this kind of thing. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for watching it to the end. Thank you for not making me feel like a complete idiot for posting this stuff. Bye bye. When I posted those two videos last week, I was fully expecting to get a bit of flack. Now, of people I know telling me that Stevie Wonder thought it was a great job and everything like that, that's fine, because they support the channel. And the majority of people are very much behind me learning how to do this, rather than just doing what many people would do, which is just to give up on it and chuck it away and have a different car altogether. Advice has been good. Doesn't sound like I'm a bit pissed off. I'm not honestly. I'm just speaking out aloud because I know that you get grief for trying. If the worst thing that you've done is the one thing somebody comments on, it would suggest that they're just looking out for stuff they don't like rather than stuff they do. So I do declare that I'm doing a fantastic job of not doing a very good job, and that's the worst bit. In the future, I won't be doing such a fantastic job of not doing a very good job. I'll be doing a worse job of doing a worse job. So this is the golden moment. This is the time where it's all exciting, and it could go any way. I could just not get to grips with this at all and give up, flap my arms in the air and announce it's such a waste of time, and how can anybody even do this? This is impossible. but that's unlikely. Before it's even been up for the duration, I've got 2 dislikes. So I know it's someone that just clicks on it, presses dislike, goes to the other channel, clicks dislike. And the trouble is, you'll get caught out doing that. YouTube have these systems in place to do away with people's channels for being such a cock. And you are a cock, whoever you are. Bye-bye.